All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's our mic. Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Get Wrecked Summer Splash Week 2 Uncapped stream. I'm Alex H822, and this is Jack Loves Slam Counts.
Hello.
And we're about to get into our first match of the day, game one of the first game, or game one of the first match, which is between EXT and the Saucy Summoners.
Yes, and the Saucy Summoners. Saucy Summoners today will have a couple people that we are familiar with. They're going to have Killering from Landsneck last split, as well as General Vici from Iron 5. Yep, I was blanking on the name for a second. And I think Vital may have subbed for a team or two last split, if I remember correctly, who's also playing with him today. And then over on the other side for EXT, we've got Curb Stomp, who played with Unlucky Retribution, if I'm not mistaken, last split, as well as a few other people like Reptar, who played in the Platinum Division. And Ions and Oceans sound familiar, and so does Taya. Maybe they have subbed or played on a team, but I might be blanking on it.
Doesn't sound like it because yeah, I don't think so. Not that I remember. But we are about to get into Champion Select for game number 1, and we'll see how this goes. Go.
Go. Nope, they didn't start yet. Go.
All right, and we'll be going in. We'll be going in right now.
There we go. All right, getting started. So
EXT had side selection.
Yeah, EXT, we did randomize everything before weeks 1 and 2, 4 weeks 1 and 2, and they had side selection games 1, and if it goes to game 3, Saucy Summoners have side selection in game 2.
All right.
The first band's gonna be Cassiopeia. Makes sense. Killering very deadly on that Cassiopeia pick. And pretty good at a couple other champions, but that's like for sure the S tier pick for that mid laner.
Yeah, Kennen's going to be taken off the table by the Saucy Summoners. They're going to be on Zyra as well.
Zyra coming out, not like exactly like a power meta pick as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, these seem to be mostly target bans.
Yes, target bans at their personal picks. The next band going to come out, going to be Karthus.
Yeah. Karthus is a champion that's been nerfed recently. It's still just Karthus. It still does like 10,000 damage.
It still does a ton of damage.
If you don't end the game before level 16, then you kind of just lose because even if you win the team fight, then he presses R and all of your team is dead, so you can't push anything.
Yeah.
So
the Defile and the Pumpkin Bombs are insane damage, and the huge wall with the giant slow and the resistance decrease is pretty big in a team fight as well. And he just wades into a team fight, dealing damage. And if you do manage to focus him and kill him, he'll throw out a little bit more, a few more Pumpkin Bombs, channel like Defile for its entire duration, and then throw out that ult that's gonna deal about 400 damage or more to everyone?
More than 400.
More than 400? Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I guess 400 is what it is pretty early in the game. Late game, it's quite a bit.
Yeah. So Sejuani and Yuumi are the last two bans. Those are pretty meta bans. Champions that are just considered really strong. And we'll see the first pick Mordekaiser on the side of EXT.
All right, so Reptar, I believe, is the top laner. Going to be picking up Mordekaiser. Still probably pretty good, I think, is most people's opinion on it, even despite the nerfs. Pretty strong. There's definitely ways to play around it though. Like Vayne, like we saw last week. He ults Vayne and then actually puts himself in a worse position.
Yeah, because your team can't help kill her, and then
she killed him relatively easy, and then especially the fact it was a 2v1, it just isolated them into two 1v1s.
So now we are gonna see Sivir Hecarim, the pretty strong combo, gets the movement speed, gets the Hecarim in there, and Hecarim pretty devastating last week in the games that we did see.
Yeah, Hecarim's a strong pick. Sivir, as Alex considers, is the S tier.
It is the S tier AD carry, along with probably Xayah. Although I'd probably say that Sivir's probably a higher priority pick than Xayah in general. Although Karma is a champion that really up there right now. Ever since those buffs.
We were talking a lot positively about her last week, that movement speed buff being huge. And I think part of why they picked it just now might have been to pick it away from Killering. I'm pretty sure Killering has some Karma experience.
Played mid Karma.
And to pick Karma into a comp that is Sivir Hecarim would be pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Sivir and Hecarim already have a ton of synergy.
Not to mention that Karma is kind of like a quote-unquote triple flex. You can kind of play it top lane, you can kind of play it mid lane, you can kind of play it support.
That's true.
You've been seeing it more support and top than mid. but
Vladimir coming out. I don't know if that's a mid pick or a top pick. We'll see. I'm thinking it's top, but I'm not sure.
I would imagine it's top lane. This is a pick that General Vici likes to pick
You're
up.
right.
We haven't really
I
seen...
almost forgot that this is General Vici. That is for sure top.
And we haven't seen Killering play any of the Vladimir
Yeah,
recent.
that's why I was wondering. I was like, maybe their top laner plays it, but yeah, I forgot it is General Vici. That's like one of his favorite picks.
Yeah,
You're right.
so we're going to take away the Malzahar on the side of the Saucy Summoners.
Gonna deny that away. Probably just another target ban, something that they don't want to deal with. It's also pretty good if you plan on like camping the enemy mid laner. Killering has like traditionally had a pretty aggressive play style, which sometimes nets him some kills, but sometimes nets him some getting ganked successfully.
Nami is going to be removed, so they're looking to ban away support, seeing as they have the karma, they can just put that in the support role. Or at least that's the way it seems. I don't see Nami being really strong in the comp.
Going to be coming out as the next ban. Sorry.
In the comp that the Saucy Summoners have been building, I don't see Nami really going with that. Because, yeah, you can throw in the Tidal Wave to follow your Hecarim, but it's really slow. The Tidal Wave is much more effective use as a disengage or peel tool for your backline. Which is not, like, you got Vladimir Hecarim.
Lux coming out, another Killering ban. Sorry to interrupt.
Vladimir Hecarim, those are champions that go in. They're not champions that really stand there to help your...
Yeah, no, they don't really play the front-to-back thing so often. They're more often like, I'm going for the enemy backline. Yeah.
So now we're going to have to see either the mid or the support pick on the side of the Saucy Summoners. It will be an Ahri locked in for Killering.
All right, yep, and that makes sense. That's another staple pick of his. Lux gone, as well as the Cassiopeia. They pick away the Karma, really setting him back. But he has played quite a bit of Ahri, and he had some good performances on Ahri and GRLCS last split. So we'll see how.
We haven't even really talked about the Draven locked in for EXT.
We haven't.
Draven, I think Draven is pretty decently strong. At least he's going to be locked in to go with it. So we're looking for some aggression in this early game from EXT.
Sure. Yeah, no, Elise lands a stun, Draven gets off 3 free autos, and every single one of those, as long as you can manage the axes well, are devastating. Huge damage comes out of Draven. What does he actually build these days? Does he go for crit, or does he just go full AD?
You kind of just, Draven kind of does, whatever Draven does. I think that, I think it's, he said this kind of ironically, but I think it's completely true. Every Draven player has their own special idiot build, and they're all bad, but it's Draven, so
it works.
Zoe is the last pick, so it will be Karma into the support role for Curb Stomp, and we'll see the Zoe in the mid lane to match up against the Ahri, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, you haven't mostly plays those kind of like enchanter styled supports too, like the more ranged, little bit of poke, little bit of supportive thing. So he'll be good on that, I think.
And then the last pick is the Lulu for the side of Saucy Summoners. This champion also got buffed a little bit of mana costs here and there, and a little bit of damage on the E. So, whatever. It's kind of overshadowed by the fact that Karma became this absolute monster of a champion.
But yeah, so we've got these 2 Mage Shield Speed Boost supports down in the bot lane. 2 pretty high damage AD carries. Draven, I guess, is particularly on the high damage end, but Sivir's got the utility of that speed boost ult, which will probably work pretty well with the Ahri, Vladimir, Lulu. If they see an opportunity for a fight or an engage, they can very quickly speed boost their team and take it. We're gonna have to see if Hecarim and Vladimir can like get onto the Zoe Draven and take them out. We also might see Mordekaiser do some like counter dive, right? Like Hecarim like flies in, ults onto the AD carry, and then before he gets to do anything else, he's gone. Just Hecarim disappears. Mordekaiser just boom pops him into a little thing. They 1v1, and you just saved your backline. And if you get ahead enough in lane, or just are in a position in general to win that 1v1, that could be huge for your team to just like,
absolutely.
Dove, bam, and then you can just, as long as you are on the same page with your team, they know going into that fight that Hecarim's gonna dive me, and then he's gonna disappear, and then we're gonna take the 4v4 after Hecarim's dive is just, dissolved, just gone, it disintegrates into nothingness, and then if our Mord wins the 1v1, even better.
Yeah. And I think I completely agree with you. You know, thinking about it, I've talked before about, oftentimes the correct choice as Malzahar is to ult the tank that's diving you. You just focus him down with all the massive percent max health damage that Malzahar does, and then you don't have to worry about their tank anymore, and then you just win the fight.
Yeah.
Mordekaiser kind of does the same thing, except you don't even have to focus him down. You just sort of let your team do whatever you want.
I know, but it's so nice because like you could just be like, as long as I'm standing near you, if Hecarim jumps on you, I'll instantly take him away. You four need to go hard for the 4v4. I'll do my best to kill the Hecarim.
Yeah.
And then that's just kind of how the fight goes. And then it kind of depends on, there's still a lot to it, but that could be a pretty big detriment to the enemy team if they see Hecarim engage and they run at the fight blindly, expecting that engage to be, causing some disruption. The other team is unfazed by it, right? Because as soon as he comes in, they just take him out of the fight and they're ready for the 4v4.
Right.
So as long as you expect it and the enemy doesn't, right, then that's a huge boon for you in that coming team fight.
Yeah. And I think that
and if you try to bait it, Mord could just not ult. It'll just be like, haha, we're gonna kill Hecarim.
It's gonna be difficult to see though, because of the way that Mordekaiser ults works on Spectate client. Will be like, oh, who did he ult? Oh, okay, they're fighting over. Like when you see like 4 people stop focusing one person, you're like, oh, okay, that's who he ult.
Do they look slightly opaque? Or
they're slightly opaque.
Okay.
It's hard to see.
But it's hard to see, especially as the team fight's erupting. Yeah. Everyone looks all sorts of things. So CC starts to come down. Lots of CC in the game actually has pretty cool visual effects to it, now that I think about it. Like with like certain roots or Lysandra or even like Elise Cocoon, it like has a unique, a unique way to wrap them up. And sometimes it looks funny because you'll hit like a giant Cho'Gath. So like
the plants are
like so you see like this like little roots come out and then they like tap Cho'Gath and all of a sudden it's like whoa, like just giant roots come out of the ground to wrap him up because it just scales with his model size. It's pretty funny. Although I guess it would look just as funny if they were tiny roots like around his foot and they're just like oh.
All right, so Spectate Delay is finally finished. This is again, best of 3. The game going into game number 1 between EXT and the Saucy Summoners.
Do you have any predictions? There's so many new players. I feel like it's hard to make a solid prediction.
Like I said,
we've got a few mainstays.
Somebody asked us to predict before any of the games started, and I said I'm not gonna go for any predictions because there's so many people I just am not aware of.
Oh no, yeah, I was just like trying to think about if I had a prediction, and then just I don't really. There are some faces that we're familiar with, but there's a lot of faces that we're unfamiliar with, so it's really hard to make a call. Maybe we can make some predictions after game 1, just
perhaps.
But we will see. We will see how this game goes.
Vital.
As far as I'm aware, it seems like an even playing field of a match.
Vital with the Smite and Ignite on the Hecarim.
A very aggressive summoner choice, summoner combination. But on Hecarim, you're a speedy pony. You've got a lot of people on your team that can speed boost you and help keep you safe. You've got Lulu ult, you've got Lulu speed boost, Sivir speed boost, and you've also got a Vladimir kind of diving to take a little bit of the attention off of yourself. And so like all of that helps to keep the Hecarim alive, but we'll see if he can make use of the Hecarim of the Ignite to the point that he doesn't need it. Oh man, I love that Hecarim skin. Hecarim's got so many skins, but Arcade's a good one. I love the rainbow trail as he starts to sprint. All right, pretty even spread. They ward that bottom bush.
Yeah, both teams just sort of looking to spread out. No one going for anything cheeky on the level 1. And I guess we'll just sit here for 30 seconds until the buff spawns.
Yeah, pretty chill starts on both sides.
I see the Mordekaiser, I'm like, perfect, a knight.
Perfect, a knight. Been playing a lot of TFT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried to get on a few times, but that wait time is ridiculous.
I have not had to wait for more than 2 minutes in a queue, in the logging queue.
I don't know what is wrong with
from the first day.
Then. Every time I get on, it's like literally over an hour, and I just give up. I'm just like, when this comes out, I will play it.
I mean, it should be coming out like on Tuesday or something.
Cool,
like that,
cool. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It has a lot of bugs.
It does. Okay. So they fixed a lot of the bugs.
Good.
On yesterday's update that I was experiencing the day before. So, I mean, there are still bugs for sure. And I mean, of course there are.
Once it comes
it's
out
Riot
for real,
Games.
I will get some opportunities to play it. It's just been too much of a time commitment to wait through the queue to play it thus far. But I'm excited. I'm excited to try it.
Yeah.
Been playing some auto chess in the meantime just to get hyped. All right, so
Once it comes out,
onto Reptar up here in the top lane from Vladimir. Both junglers started with their red buffs. However, Elise went for Krugs and is heading off to Wool or Raptors next, it looks like, but Raptors are warded by the Ahri. Hecarim is a bit ahead in terms of clear. Oh,
It
skipping
looked
the
like
Raptors.
the bot lane for Saucy Summoners was getting their push on, but as soon as the wave crashes, EXT start to push back, and they are the ones who hit level 2 first. They actually haven't hit level 2 on the side of Saucy Summoners just yet. So, pretty good trade onto Justify. Although he has taken a Doran shield, so it is mitigated somewhat.
Yeah, I guess just taking that because of the all-in potential from like a Draven, maybe?
Yeah, and I mean, mostly, Doran shield you mostly take as precaution against poke, which is what you would expect from Karma. The champion has a good pull from Reptar. He's going to put some damage on the General Vici. Here comes Taya. And General Vici is going to take a lot of damage, and he hasn't popped the Sanguine Pool yet. There it is. Taya still has the Cocoon. Good flash away from General Vici.
And that was a really well-timed Cocoon as well. Like, that was for sure going to hit, like, as soon as he popped back up. So he has to pop the flash while he's still kind of in the pool there.
Yeah, really well played by Reptar and Taya.
It was, yeah.
They know we can't just throw the Cocoon at this guy. He's just gonna. So we have to do enough damage to him to force it out, and then they throw the Cocoon as he's popping back up, successfully burn the flash, and get a good trade onto General Vici, force him to burn that potion as well.
And even watching, I haven't played much of Mordekaiser or have played much against Mordekaiser, so watching the trade, I'm like, are you gonna win this trade? I don't really know. But he was doing quite a bit of damage there, got a good pull in on Vici as well, who, once he realized the gank was coming, knew he had to save that pool, but that left him open to a ton of damage. So that was really good, like you said, on Reptar and Taya. They burn the flash, they deal a ton of damage, and while he's down in CS, that does put Reptar in a better position. They're in the top lane. General Vici almost healed back to full though, avoiding harass, getting those Qs off, doing Vladimir things.
Oh, hold on a second. Come from behind, gank from Vital. Here he comes. Eons is gonna stand aside, but Vital does get the charge onto him. But they don't successfully burn any summoner spells. Eons and Curb Stomp just understand we don't need to burn summoners. We successfully evaded most of the burst.
Yeah, they slowed down that engage from the Hecarim with the nice stand aside, and Curb Stomp had a good root onto Vital immediately following that. Had a good mantra E to give them both a shield and speed boost, and they pretty masterfully avoid the gank. Don't burn any summoners, like you said.
Yeah. Let's see how many minions is that there? That's like 9 more?
Yeah, like 9.
So he should, if he doesn't miss any of them, he should even up with Justify here.
Yeah, Draven does so much damage when he's free to catch these axes that it makes him pretty good at lasting under tower.
Reptar gonna go for a gank on a General Vici, yoinks him back in, and that means that passive is just burning away at General Vici.
At him.
Oh.
Yeah, he can't close the gap, but he's okay with just following, just ticking away that passive.
Alright, Sleepy Trouble Bubble connects from Oceans. He dodges away from the charm. He will gain a good bit of Paddle Star damage on the killer, eh? Not enough to force him to, or make him commit onto the kill, but...
Yeah, Zoe currently sitting on Exhaust, just in case. Flash Ignite and Exhaust at the moment.
Yay, Zoe.
Yeah, fun champion. You know, it's a part of her power budget. Sometimes you're like, oh, that's OP, but it's just like, it's part of her overall balance. That doesn't make it less annoying.
He's a super annoying champion.
It is, yeah.
And yeah, I don't know if I consider Zoe a champion that is out of balance. I probably don't, but I definitely think that in terms of how obnoxious a champion is not necessarily correlated to.
Like I don't personally
go looking for the exhaust, throws it down, gets charmed up as he pops back in. Here comes Vital off to the side.
Really nice minion manipulation there to come out on top of that trade despite the exhaust. Well, yeah, no, I find it pretty annoying to play like
against
Fizz or Zoe. Right?
Yeah, right.
I don't think that they're like.
I think Fizz is actually one of the weakest champions in the game right now, but oh, my goodness, it's still so annoying to play.
He's so mobile. It just makes it. It's not like it's out of balance for his overall power budget. It's just annoying.
The problem is the champ does no damage, so which is not what you want from your assassin.
All right, things going pretty decently for Ions and Curve Stomp. As long as they can once again clear this whole wave, they will stay pretty even in CS for the most part. But these shoved waves have really put the ball in Ion's court to get these last hits. Oh, so this is like, he's like, I know you're in the bush.
Brings the hammer down, he ults him. General Vici now can't run far away. He's got the Chemo Plague down, he's putting down a lot of damage. Good dodge on
teleport
that
from the mid laner.
Here comes the teleport coming in from Killering, and there's Vital as well. Reptar is in no man's land. He's already burned his ultimate. Now Mantra Q coming out on the Inori. Now Reptar still on the run out, flashes over the wall, Killering follows with the Spirit Rush, he's out of mana, here's the onslaught of shadows to follow as well, and that's gonna be Ignite! Reptar going down, first one picked up by Vital of Saucy Summoner.
Alright, so Vital and Killering burn their ultimates for the kill there, as does Vici, so 3 ults down on the side of Saucy Summoners, but they don't burn any flashes, and Reptar does.
Oh, Flash Cocoon from Taya! They're gonna get in onto Justify, flashes away from the stand aside from Ions.
He's very low, but he is alive.
Yeah.
Justify
Nori burned his exhaust. Here's the teleport coming in for General Vici. Flash for Ions going for Justify. Misses the Q. He is spell shielded away from that venomous bite. And Nori's now in trouble, but General Vici's here to follow. Ions cashes in, but they lose Curve Stomp.
And
now Ions is gone.
Well.
Yeah, that's a dead Draven. He's just gonna try and die to the tower. Flash forward makes it the double kill for General Vici.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna be an execute or anything, but Vici wants that kill gold. And so they are going to get to cash in some of the Draven stacks. That's the upside for EXT there. But in the process, they lose 2 members for 1.
Yeah, 2 kills going on to the Vladimir, no less.
Really well played by Saucy Summoner's bot lane.
Sleepy Trouble Bubble coming in, and it did connect onto Killering, but now that CC is down, Killering looking for a charm. He doesn't have the Spirit Rush, he used it in that top lane.
Yeah, well played on Saucy Summoner's bot lane. Really played well around that gank. Still had the heal, used it, baited it out. Rather than continuing to run away, Lulu made the smart combat decision to run back towards the Vladimir. Like, if they kill me, so be it, but they're gonna have to be close to you to do it. But actually gets away alive, very close, but gets away alive, or not, Justify got away alive. Lulu does die for running back into them, but that does help secure the 2 kills for Vici, who's now gonna have a big lead on Reptar. But can he win a 1v1 with that lead?
Still just sort of goes aggro onto him. General Vici without the Chemo Plague can't really trade well with Reptar.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you think you're like, oh, like my champion can't win this 1v1. What's that about? But I feel like Morin is definitely a 1v1 champ, right? Like his Q deals a ton of damage if you hit it on one target. And Vladimir has quite a bit of AoE power budget in his kit, right? Between the ultimate and the Tides of Blood, and even his pool deals AoE damage. The only thing that deals single target damage is the Q. So Mordekaiser
Here we go. Killering goes in, doesn't land the charm on Natalia. He gets cocooned actually. Spirit Rush, he's gonna repel into the air, but here's Vital. Oh, Son of Shadows comes through. There's the ultimate coming out from Worldling Death. Curve Stomp is here, trying to keep Oceans alive. Killering pops the stopwatch. He's gonna go down to the Paddle Star. Oceans makes it out with the help of the shields. Now here comes Ions. He wants to chase down Vital. Vital getting killed by the Raptors. He's gonna be able to devastating charge out the other side. Now yoink onto the top lane, onto General Vici. Big chunk of damage going down onto him. Reptar backing away. He needs one more ability to get off his ult, or his passive. I lied. 2 more abilities.
Reptar playing really well around the Vladimir enhanced Qs, not giving Vici the healing that he so desperately wants and needs right now.
Ion's now coming aggressively onto Justify. Good eat on the spell shield onto the stand aside.
Yeah, so that fight there in the jungle was a 1-for-1, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Oceans got away, Taya went down, Killering went down. Yep. 1-for-1 in that pretty big fight, although several health bars went very low. Gonna clear away a lot of these minions with AoE. They're gonna try to poke them back. They get a turret plate. It's a bit of gold for them, but currently a 700 gold lead for the Saucy Summoners.
Oh, goodness. As it is right now, let's take a look at where gold stands. It is about 600 gold lead for the Draven over his opposite number, but that's mirrored in the top lane. General Vici, 600 gold ahead over Reptar, thanks to those 2 kills he picked up off the teleport.
All right, clearing away a little bit of vision, gonna get spotted out. And the bot lane and jungler of EXT starting to play around this dragon in this jungle.
Oceans did miss the Sleepy Trouble Bubble Killering. Not going to aggress onto him.
Okay, things starting to go a little bit more in favor there for General Vici. Starting to get some actual pressure onto Reptar. He's got his health bar back. I think he's, it almost looks like he's learning how to play against the Q. He's like, oh, so I stand next to my minions. Take reduced Q damage, yes. Because he's taken a lot of like solo Qs so far, it seems like, in this.
Which do more damage.
Which do a lot more damage. But the last two I saw have both hit.
Killering gonna get caught by the CB Trouble Bubble here. He Spirit Rushes to try and dodge away. Doesn't eat the Paddle Star damage, it looks like, based on the health bar.
Yeah, the health bar there.
And the direct camera not panning over to him.
It looks like they might be looking for a gank onto
Yeah, Vital is gonna find him. Oh, CB Trouble Bubble once again connects on a Killering. He has no Spirit Rush this time, but he missed the Paddle Star. Now Vital wants to get in there. He does get the Devastating Charge back towards the tower. He'll just take a little bit of extra damage from the Glitter Lance. Paddle Star not gonna connect.
Oh,
now Vital is in a bad spot, looking for the Paddle Star, does connect. It was not a Sleepy Trouble Bubble 1. Taya does have the Cocoon available, and it's gonna be the flash away from Inori, respecting the red buff slow and the Cocoon potential.
All right, and so with that, they do have a bit of control on this Dragon now, and it looks like they're gonna go for it despite the Scuttle Crab. So bot lane and jungler of EXT gonna be taking away this Cloud Drake, first Dragon of the game.
Cloud Drake going over to EXT. That's pretty good, or pretty big to deny away from the comp that Saucy Summoners have.
It's not stellar for their team. Not bad, of course. It's always good to have some extra movement speed, but it's not as good on them as it would have been for the enemy team. So good of them to steal their way. Trying to look to maybe prevent the back there. Takes a turret shot, though. Here comes the teleport from Ari.
Reptar is now just, whatever, I'm just going to farm these minions, whatever.
A little bit of CS down behind General Vici right now, as well as 2 kills and an assist. So he went back, bought the...
Rift Herald has been started. Taya gonna find Killering here with a Cocoon, but he's only level 8. Does do a good chunk of damage. There's the Trump coming out. Ocean throws a Paddle Star in the Ignite. Killering goes down. Sleepy Trouble Bubble gonna connect onto Vital. The Redemption will keep Taya alive for a half second. Vital now gets smited down. Ocean's gonna jump onto him with a double kill. Now Reptar has pulled in General Vici, and it's a 3v1. General Vici has been ulted by Reptar. He's got nowhere to run. He's gonna pop the Sanguine Pool, and they're about to pop out of the Death Realm. He's gonna get chased down. Oceans gets the shutdown.
All right, and Ocean picks up a ton of kills and shutdown in that fight. Looks like that's going to set him at a pretty solid gold lead over everyone else in this game at the moment.
Yeah, really nice collapse there by EXT. Whimsy onto Ions as he throws the stand aside onto Inori.
Whew. So, big swing for EXT there. They've almost completely closed the gold gap.
Yeah,
They have. They've pretty much completely closed the gold gap.
What they did there. Reptar, he Death Realms General Vici just to make sure he can't run too far away. And then as soon as they pop out of the Death Realm, meanwhile, Inori, oh, holy cow! Ions and Karma damage! That's a double kill for the Draven!
And this teleport is looking
General Vici is looking to be in a bad spot. He has no Hemoplague. He has to rump out the other side. Meanwhile, Charm lands on the Oceans. Killering going for the kill. He wants to Spirit Rush onto him. There's the Glacial Augment. Oh! Killering gets outplayed. Oceans goes unstoppable.
I don't even know he got outplayed. He hit like everything. He just doesn't do enough damage. It looks like he's gone like a Glacial Augment, Merc Treads.
Yeah, this is a very low damage RA.
Yeah, that's a low damage RA build. He hit everything, but he doesn't have Ignite, and he doesn't have a damage Keystone. He didn't even go Sork Boots. And honestly, he just gets out damaged by Oceans. He picked up 4 or 3 kills in that last fight.
Yeah.
And can't 1v1 the enemy mid laner with this build.
Yeah, with the Hextech GLP, Glacial Augment, Mercury's Treads, that's a very low damage build compared to, and I'm not saying it's worse. It's different.
It has its ups and downs.
But it's much less damage than Electrocute or Arcane Comment on Ahri. I don't think Arcane Comment's actually a thing on Ahri. But it's much less damage than Electrocute. It's much less damage without Sork Boots, and it's much less damage going for a GLP as opposed to a Ludens.
Yeah. No, Ludens is more AP and has an added benefit of, like, I guess GLP has the damage from its active as well. So those might even out, but it has more AP. And, going into a fight.
Yeah, Kurt's gonna root him up. There's Vital getting caught by the Cocoon as soon as he pops in. Now, Taya has taken a lot of damage from General Vici. Vici. He's gonna be able to get out with the shield. Evil Blade goes down. Taya is now very low. Needs to be careful. Flashes, but gets killed by the That's another kill for General Vici, as Curb Stomp is just not tanky enough to survive. He trades 1 for 2 in a 3v1. Well, 3v2.
Yes, yeah. Hecarim did a bit of damage to the to Taya as well, which helped secure the kill for Vici there. But dang, Vici gets a few kills, but so does Ions, and now Oceans and Ions are fed. Even though Taya and Curb Stomp don't have...
Whose ghost was that? Ocean's gonna pop a Slightly Trouble Bubble over the wall. Ions goes unstoppable as the Paddle Star and the auto attack from the Draven come in at the same time.
Drowsy gets the sleep. They try to time their damage there to hit at the same time, not allowing for much reaction at all. And wow, a big auto from Draven. Not a crit or anything, no crit chance. There's a big auto and a big paddle star, and it just demolishes LS Kanori.
Yeah. Whoa! What is that damage? He didn't land the Sleepy Trouble Bubble.
Without Sleepy Trouble Bubble, Oceans almost gets a kill there. Just between, it looked like the GLP active from the Zoe passive,
yeah,
as well as Ignite, Luden's damage, a pretty charged up Paddle Star, the ult, and like the passive, like shooting off the little laser.
Disgusting.
All of her damage basically, except for the Trouble Bubble, and it almost one-shots Killering. Whew. A lot of damage.
2 towers fall at the same time, and then the third quickly follows in favor of EXT, and they find themselves, what is that? Just over 4,000 gold ahead over the Saucy Summoners.
They were, you know, a fair bit of gold down at one point in this game, but they've really picked it up. Oceans and Ions picking up a bunch of kills in some of these fights.
Oceans might be collapsed on. He's charmed up. General Vici coming in. There's the Sleepy Trouble connecting onto Vital. He gets a big shield from Curb Stomp, and he's able to make it out. No! Onslaught of Shadow shuts him down. Vital now is the focus. He's running out the other side. Gets the wild growth. Here comes the 5 members of Saucy Summoners. Taya slowed up. Throws out the cocoon. Lands it on General Vici, but Justify flashes forward. Curb Stomp throwing out some damage over the side, but that's not enough to save 2 members of his team from falling.
All right, so despite falling behind in a few recent fights, they do come out swinging here. The Ocean's definitely overextended, for sure.
Oh, yeah. He was like in the middle of a wall and 5 members.
For sure overextended, gets killed for it. So does Taya as well. They lose nobody, and they're going to get a dragon for Ocean Drake, so not the cloud that they might be looking for with this kind of comp, but still something good. Still something that they can work with as this game goes on. 2.5k gold.
Ions just trading in a flash charge from Killering, lands on a Curb Stomp. Curb Stomp gets a big heal from the Mantra W, but he will go down to Vital. But they lost Justify. Ions was just killing him while they were all focused on killing Curb Stomp.
Yeah, Ions does have crit chance, by the way, now. He threw out that last auto. Justify had like a 1/4 of his health, maybe even a 1/3, and that was a crit with an axe, and it was a crap ton of damage, and that's going to take down Justify. And it looks like we have a pause.
Yep.
No, hopefully this starts up soon. No word from the teams or anything regarding the pause, so hopefully we
looks
get
like Taya was
soon.
having some issues with his connection. He has died 5 times.
He has died 5 times.
I'm not saying it was because of lag, but
yes.
No. Justify there. He's trading autos with the Draven, and it looked to be okay. He gets the Lulu shield. He's like, all right, I can do this. And then he realized, wait, that one auto removed the Lulu shield.
Yeah, no, this Draven, he's a fair amount ahead of Justify. Justify. I just realized there's no I in it, but it's still Justify.
Taya, all right, 4 members here. They're waiting on Curb Stomp to respawn.
All right, 20 minutes into the game now. Fair gold lead. Taya's still
mind.
having some connection issues at the moment. Let's see if Taya can get this sorted out. But yeah, so 20 minutes into this game, we've got a 2.5k gold lead for EXT now. This is actually now an ASMR stream. Let's listen to us open sodas and rattle around my puka shell necklace.
What are those called?
I think it's called a puka shell necklace, right? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I think it's a thing.
I'll take your word for it.
I mean, now I'm really questioning if that's a... I think it's a thing. I think it's a thing.
You know, I was pretty sure, but now that I say it out loud.
I want to say it's a puka shell necklace. Anyway, yeah, so pause going to end. Looks like Taya must be squared away. looks like Taya's moving around the map, so hopefully squared away. Got the connection issues sorted. But yeah, so 2.5k gold lead for EXT, up 1 kill, tied in dragons, and up 3 towers. So fair lead for them at the moment.
Yeah.
But they do have a pretty large CS deficit in the jungle especially, but also a bit in the bot lane.
And not as much available for. Oh, the sleeping trouble connected. Justify gonna try and block it. Oh no, he didn't block it, and Nori gets one shot. Justify is now in trouble. He's ignited. It's a double kill for Ocean. He's gonna pay for it with his life. But wow.
Yeah, I thought he was going to spell shield eat the trouble bubble, but he didn't quite make it happen.
All right, here we go. Spirit Rush comes in. A charm connects, and Curb Stomp is down. Now Vital's in trouble. He's got to jump out the other side.
Vitals takes almost his entire health and damage after just like 3 autos from Draven. That was insane damage.
These supports getting caught out multiple times this game.
Yeah, both of them have 4 deaths, but Curb Stomp with 10 assists. Ions is a really scary Draven right now. Reptar split pushing in the bot lane. 0-1-1 has done nothing really but split push. Hasn't really been present for a big fight except for that skirmish that broke out in the top lane when they went after Vici. But since then, literally no other kills or assists. It's not been a part of a
Is this Baron
successful
been
fight.
started? No, it hasn't. They're just fighting for
Contesting
vision, but here comes
Inori.
Inori. Come with the cocoon! Ions is trying to... Whoa! Look at the damage, but Vital's here. He's just making space. Now Ions, though, he's getting to the time to focus down Vital. One more auto will finish the job. He gets the shutdown. Now Reptar, he's ulted onto Killering. Now, will they pop out of the Death Realm? Eventually they will. Killering pops out and immediately gets focused. He's charmed up. Ions flashes one, but he can't finish the job.
Killering just does no damage with this build. He's a little bit behind, but he also doesn't do a lot of damage with this build. He's like spent 600 gold on the stopwatch, I assume, unless that's from the mastery. He hasn't really bought anything in some time except for this Fiendish Codex. Rather behind. He's like hitting all these Qs on Ions, but Ions just doesn't care between lifesteal from the Bloodthirster and the lack of damage on Killing Sparks.
Yeah, he's even picked up a Null Magic Mantle, so he's taking even less damage.
Yep.
Like that tiny bit of MR goes quite a long way.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't the way that like resistances work? Like
Yeah.
the more you have, the less like it
Diminishing return.
Exactly. Yeah, but like so that means those early buys are the most effective in terms of like buying a lot of things, right? So like yeah, gets a solid amount of damage reduction from the base MR as well as that.
Oh, it's gone. It goes down super fast. They are gonna spot it out here. It's going very low. There's also a shadow, but he doesn't take it. It's actually secured by Ocean. They lost Reptar, and now it's a 5v4. Ocean flashes away as he gets exhausted. Now they've left Ions in the pit. He's gonna and Taya's in there too. The Taya flashes over, and that's gonna mean Ions gets shut down.
And it looks like Killering is going after Taya there using the Spirit Rush. It's going to be channeling onto those little spiderlings though. He's out of Spirit Rush. He's chasing down Taya. He's got to be careful from eating a fat burst combo here.
Yeah, Taya, he's gonna try and get executed, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And
he eats an auto. Here comes Vital. Killering's here. They're gonna pick up the kill. They maybe should have given it to Killering. I don't know. He needs some money right now to do some more damage. I mean, yes, it's a rather tanky RE with like a decent slow between Glacial Augment and the thing, but is that really what they need right now? I don't know.
Well, he's got the Twin Shadows now, so at least he's got some form of pick potential.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of it, you know?
Inori gonna get chased down by Curb Stomp.
Support
it's gonna be the support of combat.
Curb Stomp.
Oh, he flashed away from the root. He's still got a long way to run, and here comes Oceans from the jungle. A teleport coming in from General Vici. No, it's Killer's teleport. Ignite! He's gonna be able to survive this one. He's sleeping trouble bubble. Killering now has to flash away, and Inori goes down. Oceans with the passive damage.
Just by trying to get a little closer.
Oh, there's the ultimate, but he eats a trouble bubble! Curse up throws the Q out. There's the ultimate from Ions, empowered by the CB trouble bubble. Just melts Justify's health bar. And the double kill as he autos him after the onslaught of shadows.
Wow, this fight could have definitely gone either way at the beginning, but EXT just played it a lot better. And they're going to be able to probably get an inhibitor off of this. So they've even got Taya split pushing in the mid lane.
Ooh. That was really not very good at all by Saucy 7.
Oh no, I know. You could see a lot of ways as that was going on how they could turn things in their favor, but they just didn't play the fight as well as EXT did.
And they're so far behind at this point that, you know, even if they were to try and play that better, which again they definitely could have played that much better, but they're so far behind. I don't think that anything they do makes a difference at this point.
All right, going for the dragon right in the face of this ward, just trying to take it as quickly as possible. Curb Stomp going to throw some autos down. Draven's like, my autos are worth more than a pick. You can auto that. I'm gonna kill this dragon. All right, so they still got like they've been doing a good job of getting some vision into the enemy jungle, but it's just not really paying off for them. They're down 5K, 4K, 4.5K gold right now on the side of Saucy Summoners. So they've got some ground to cover. They haven't taken a single turret. They're down 5. Both of the Cloud Drakes have been stolen away from them. Not stolen like with a smite, but just like taken away from them, things that they really want. And they're just looking to slowly get kind of smothered out of this game. They have some shining moments where they fight pretty well, and then they have some moments like that fight, just not so great. Ups and downs for sure.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, just kind of hanging out. Maybe looks like they might be heading towards mid lane. Get some, nope, not going to the mid lane. Just going for some vision in this topside jungle.
They picked up the inhibitor on the bottom side of the map. So now they're going to be tending towards the top and middle lanes, I would hope. General Vici
Well, they still
just
have the Baron, right? I'm just surprised, I guess, that they're not trying to maybe siege a bit. They've got Zoe.
they're starting to get they're starting to hold up a second. There's the on the hunt. Reptar flashes away. He's gonna get slowed up. He's gonna look for the charm. Redemption's not gonna save him. Reptar goes down. They've gotten one pick. General Vici taking a recall now. He's gotta go and up to that top side, or else they're gonna lose that tower.
It looks like they are opting to give up on that. They're gonna have their bot lane stay mid lane to push.
Trouble will disconnect on the Killering. He's got no spirit rush. Charm goes out. Paddle Star. Cocoon lands. Are they going to be able to finish him up? No, he pops out with the stun. There's a repel. Killering goes very low, and the auto and the smite. Taya will trade his life for Killerings.
I guess the one upside of having this tankier build is he was able to survive so long during that.
Oh, another bubble, and Inori is ignited. He gets the wild growth. Exhaust goes down. Curves down. Trying to keep him alive, but Vital will trade his life. Justify now. Eating the autos from Ion. He's going to throw out the Whirling Death. A triple kill as General Vici now has to run.
Man, Ion's just going off on this Draven pick. Completely outdamages Justify, who's just slowly falling behind in this game. He does have the Executioner's Calling to try to reduce some of the healing on this Draven, as well as a fair number of his items, but it's just completely overshadowed by everything Ions is going for
This
him
is
right
a
now.
Draven with a lead.
Yeah, no, Vici was on top of Ions during that. The exhaust is going down. Like, they've got a couple members hitting him. He's just got, like, you know, Curb Stop back there spamming a shield on him. Like,
This is like the
cheering.
TFT Draven.
But yeah, so wow, Ions popping off, making it look like even when they were doing things like relatively well there, the Saucy Summoners just could not at the end of that long fight overcome the Draven. They're really gonna have to burn like a lot of what they have, like blow their entire load onto just Ions if they want to kill him and maybe have a chance at winning one of these fights.
Yeah, but how do you even do that? You can't.
I don't even know.
You can't even do that because Reptar's gonna remove one of you.
Yeah. I guess Reptar's been split pushing a lot, which does kind of remove that threat, maybe? Like, maybe, and they did pick him that time, but they should have immediately just been like, all right, we killed Mord, give us Draven. Where is Draven?
Get the Draven.
Ignore everyone, get Draven.
Well, and then the unfortunate part of that is that Oceans has
Oceans
8 kills.
is,
Stevie
fairly
Trouble
ahead
connects
as well.
onto Vital. Is Oceans gonna go for it? He's gonna get slowed up now. Oceans is now in no man's land. He's gonna get Polymorph, charmed, and take it down. On the shadows, they go in. They
Ions.
stop. But now Ion, he's gonna get free autos off. And look at him. He turns away 3 members of the Saucy Summoners by himself.
Yeah, Hecarim, I think, went for the wrong target there. He started going for Curb Stomp, but I'm like, you're forgetting Ions. He's right there.
And Reptar is just trying to end the game, meanwhile.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to either get Baron or some turrets for this.
Yeah,
unless
General
Vici
Vici
can
gets ulted by Reptar.
Oops.
Now Taya is going to repel over onto the Baron, but they immediately disengage that one as Vital is in the area. He's a higher level than Taya.
It looks like Vici's so far able to chase Reptar away here. But these minions might make this tough.
Oh, there's the ultimate. Now General Vici going to get targeted by Reptar. He can't go too far away. Reptar going very low.
Reptar's
But
dead.
he's got
Reptar's
his
dead.
abilities. The Protoba comes down. He's going to run for his life now. He throws down the Q. There's the Tides of Blood. Reptar goes down.
Yeah, he definitely he used the ult, but didn't have his passive going.
Oh, here we go. The Cocoon comes out, doesn't kill him, the Killer, and Taya now is slowed. Vital is here. He's going to charge in onto Ions, but Ions just light stealing through all his damage. Vital goes down. Ions is dominating. Curb Thumb is now the focus. He gets the Monster Shield. A Cocoon lands to Justify. Gets the Spell Shield, but he can't Spell Shield the auto attacks. Gets the Summoner Heal, and he gets his shields from Inori.
All right, so we finally do see Vital go on
Trouble Bowl. He's gonna get the shield, and they're gonna body block for it.
We finally see Ions get onto Vital, but unfortunately, Kanori wasn't there for that fight. He went onto Ions without Kanori being remotely close, and without Kanori there, you don't have the Wild Growth, the shield, or the Polymorph to help make that fight go in your favor.
You've got Saucy Summoners with looking at the Infernal Drake. At the very least, you
teleport on to Baron.
Yeah, they're gonna start at the Baron. They're gonna trade the Infernal, which you really is very important to not let the Draven have. But are they gonna lose Baron for it? It looks like that might be the case.
It's not going insanely. There it goes.
Now it starts going fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was going pretty slow when it was just the two of them, but now they are melting it down. And they're not going to be able to prevent it. That's the second Baron of the game over to EXT. Their gold lead now 6,500 K. 6,500 K. That's not how that works. 6,500 gold. I said K.
6,500 K.
Yeah, no, I meant
it's like 6 million gold.
So often you say like 6K, and you just know that it's gold. And so then I guess in my mind I'm like, oh, K means gold, but no, that means 1,000. Yeah, 6.5K gold ahead at the moment. All right, they're gonna get some backs off. Draven, full build.
6.5 potassium.
Completely full build. 6.5 potassium, yeah. Capital K.
Okay, the inhibitor has respawned in the bottom lane for the Saucy Summoners, so at the very least, they don't have to deal with the minions.
With how much Reptar's been split pushing, I really feel like they just need to use all their speed boosts and die.
Meanwhile, Killering for the trap. He connects! That's Ion! He's got the Guardian Angel, and he is gonna fall down! And here's the redemption, not gonna connect. Taya is now getting chased off. By the General Vici in the back line, just murders Ocean! Ion flashes away, he's exhausted. He gets the shield from Curse. He's whimsy, he's charged! He is taking too much shields, but they finally melt him down. Both of the carries and the support for EXT are down.
All right, the back start coming out. Reptar is going to be taking this inhibitor for sure, but can they get him in return? It looks like Ty is trying to stop a few backs. Jerome Vici is not returning.
Vital coming from
Reptar
behind.
is immediately starting to run.
I think he could kill Vital.
He could probably kill Vital. He does have the ult, so they have to be careful, but he's gonna get the knockout. The E goes down. He hits a big
Here's
Q.
Killering, gets slowed down, doesn't land the charm. Vital coming forward, Justify gonna get onto him. He's slowed up very much, but he's gonna be able to run away. Justify gonna try and chase him down. He throws down the spell shield. He just flashes out.
All right, so Reptar going to burn his flash there to get away from that. Nobody wants to get too close when they're low, because they're like, if he ults me, I die. On the flip side of that, though, if you just run towards your team and have them stand there, like, even if you die, Ward will put himself back in the middle of everybody. But it ends up being a 1-for-1.
See how much it took to actually kill Ions there in that last fight. Bloodthirster, he's got some MR from Maw, and he's got some armor from
Killering, Kanori, and Vital. Stellar job of focusing down Ions there. And while they just do everything they can throughout that fight to deal with Ions, Vici's just kind of 1v3ing the other members, trying to stall. He's doing a reverse Ions. He's trying to stall the other 3 members for as long as he can.
A big chunk of damage from General Vici, but the shield will nullify it fairly well. Justify just trying to clear out the minion wave, as Sivers often do. Killering, Spirit Rush looking for Taya. He does get into the charm, but he doesn't do enough damage. He's gonna throw out the Hextech GLP to make sure they cannot chase him back into his own base, but that's the Spirit Rush down. Now here comes General Vici throwing at the Tides of Blood, threatening the engagement.
They can do that again. They can make this happen. They were hitting the charms. They hit the polymorph. They did everything onto Ions and helped them win the fight. And Vladimir just was basically disruption, just 1v3 the other members, and even killing 1 or 2 of them during this. So are they gonna go for a fight here?
They're gonna pull in General Vici. He's got the Seaweed Trouble Bubble on him, but they didn't notice. I don't think.
I think that Ocean's is just throwing things out without really any regard for aim. Just like it'll maybe hit somebody. So yeah, they don't go for Vici there. All right, Baron slowly ticking away. Here comes super minions on the bot lane. Nobody's Baron buffing them. They've got Justify trying to clear that away. But this is a 4v5 currently here in the mid lane. Baron is out.
Yeah, but you have to worry so much about General VP. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble does not connect, but it does bait out the Spell Shield. Justify now has to play much more safely in these next few seconds.
Alright, so yeah, they just have Justify running down to bot, trying to clear away these minions. They have Vital trying to threaten the engage to keep them from going too hard towards the tower. And they've lost the Baron buff now. The gold lead has shrunk quite considerably, only up about 3k right now in favor of EXT. Which it was like 7k at one point in this game. So Sussy Summoner has been definitely holding on for a lot of this, this match.
They've stemmed the bleeding, as it were.
Yeah, and if Vladimir can turn those two needless large rods into a Rabadon before the next fight, I have a lot of hope.
He has the Rabadons.
There it is. Okay, yeah, he got it before the next fight. I have a lot of faith in them for this next fight. If they can do what they did in that other fight,
yeah, well, they have
successfully deal with Ions.
What they absolutely have to land a charm onto him. The Post Trouble Bolt connects onto Vital. Now they're gonna use the Mantra E to run away.
That Glacial Augment coming out, getting some AoE slows down.
That does mean that those actives are not available for this next fight, and those slows can mean a lot. Now Killering zoned away. He's gonna take an ignite. Here goes Vital. He goes in. All the challenge gets in there. Ion is gonna be the focus. He's down. They lost Ion. Redemption comes down. General VP is running wild, murdering Oceans. Taya trying to sneak his way out the back, but Vital's just gonna chase him down. He flashes away. Vital just gonna slowly but surely back away, turn around. They're going for the Elder Dragon.
Wow, all right, so exactly what needs to happen. They take all 4 of their members and have them just do everything they can to blow up Ions, and once Ions goes down, Junior Ricci pretty much has free reign against this enemy team.
Yeah, I mean, when Oceans doesn't land a Sleepy Trouble Bubble, his damage is actually quite lacking for the most part.
So he missed the Trouble Bubble, and then he uses the ult over the wall anyway to poke onto Killering, and as soon as he does that, they know that Zoe is like essentially committed to this next fight, because after the ultimate finally finishes channeling,
like,
he's like still like, yeah, she's like right there. Yeah, so Vital immediately runs around, he gets off a great ultimate, and gets onto Ions, who doesn't have the same amount of support Justify has, right? Like, Karma's a good support, but doesn't keep you alive as well as Lulu with exhaust does.
Oh, hold on a second. Now they're gonna throw out the Whirling Death. This Baron has been started up. It's down to about half HP. Killering goes for the charm. It gets repelled. Taya has to come back down. Now here comes Reptar. Reptar throws it. He yoinks in too. Vital is getting murdered by the Baron in the pit. Taya gets into the pit as well. And now he's looking for the 50-50. They kill him up. Now there's only one slot in the pit. Taya takes the Baron. And now he pops the stopwatch. Here comes Curse Club and Ions. Oceans. They murder the remaining members of the Saucy Summoners, and that is a huge swing back.
All right, is that the game? It's the game. They won. EXT, GG. All right, so Saucy Summoners, after this nuts fight, getting up this huge thing, goes for Baron, doesn't take it near fast enough, doesn't play the Baron very well, and they're gonna go down here. They've got Baron, they've got some minions, they're just gonna run it right up mid. Ion's even flashed, as you saw, just to run as fast as he could towards this mid lane. Vici's down for 30, Vital down for 15. Nobody else is even more, coming up before that. So that's gonna be the game. They throw at Baron. Oh, Saucy Summoners feels bad. Man, wow, really close game, 38 minutes long. But EXT does take the win.
I mean, it felt like a close game towards the end, but you got to remember everything that happened in the early game. The end of the game was 10 towers to 2.
Yeah.
There was, Saucy Summoners, they were winning fights, but they still had a very long way to go in order to actually win this game.
Yes.
And then they throw out Baron, so it doesn't matter anyways. So, that is game number 1 going over to EXT. We'll be back in just a little bit with the game number 2. Saucy Summoners will have side selection. We'll see what they want. See you in just a little bit. Internet, hello and welcome back to the Get Wrecked Summer Splash Uncapped Week 2 stream. We're about to get into game number 2 of our first series, which is between EXT and the Saucy Summoners. EXT with the first game victory. They were kind of in control the whole game. Lost a few team fights. It looked to be going the other way, but then at the very end, they were able to close it out.
In terms of the team fights in the gold lead, Saucy Summoners definitely hanging on for a long time, but in terms of objectives, just each Baron, they'd get several towers, and Saucy Summoners were never able to make up those objectives.
Yeah. So, Saucy Summoners had side selection in game number 2, and they opted to stay on the red side.
Yep. Staying on the red side, maybe looking for that counter pick for General Vici, I imagine.
Well,
they
didn't.
They didn't do it last time. I know. But I think if they picked red, that they might be going for that. He was doing really well last game. Maybe he's thinking.
I would also imagine that they're probably going to ban Vladimir.
That's also, yeah, a good chance.
Or at least that's what I in my mind. I think that's probably what Saucy Summoners thinks.
Yeah, I mean, if Reptar is going for more of a split push thing, and the rest of their players seemed like they were relatively supportive around Ions. And then when in the fights where they were able to focus down Ions and just have General Vici cause some disruption, and they used Hecarim usually for the Ions and used General Vici for the disruption. Those fights went pretty well for them.
Oh, they actually banned the Hecarim away from Vital instead.
So their whole team comp was kind of like let's keep him alive, let's fight forward. But Lulu was doing such a great job of keeping people alive in the face of Draven and also polymorphic Draven, and they really kind of slowed him down as well as like focusing the crap out of him with the help of those dive champs. So now, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, they're like, nope, no more of that. We're gonna protect our AD carry this time, and you can't pick Hecarim to stop us.
All right. So the first pick will be picked up for EXT. What is it? It's going to be once again the Mordekaiser, maybe.
Once again, the Mordekaiser, maybe. We were talking about it a little bit after the game had ended, how we thought that... Okay, going for Rumble.
Forget everything about Mordekaiser. It's going to be Rumble first pick. This could be Rumble mid, so we might still see the Mordekaiser, but as far as Rumble goes, it's a little bit more team fighty, seeing as Reptar was kind of not in the fights.
Yeah. we were talking about a little bit that we thought that as a 5-man, they would have been stronger than having the Mord split push. The utility of taking someone out of the fight for 7 seconds is
no
so
Draven
great.
for you, Ions. We're going to take it this time. Justify
Yes.
says, let me show you how it's done.
Yeah, they decide that they don't want to ban it. They're going to steal it. And it does not get first picked. I don't even know if they knew that he was going to even play Draven. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't looked at his OPGG myself. But so he's stealing away the Draven there in this first round and stealing away the Karma.
Yeah, okay, so...
Stealing the enemy bot lane.
So we got the bot lane.
Nope.
No.
Nami.
Last minute swap over to Nami. So this is Nami. Nami is offers a lot more peel powered than Karma. You know, because you have you see the person on your Draven, you just immediately press R because you're probably standing right next to him.
Yeah.
You get knocked up. He gets a speed boost. He runs away. He kills him. They're gonna swap over to Ashe for Ions.
Pretty different champion from Draven.
Yeah, a lot more
Very
utility
different,
oriented, less damage.
Yeah. Still solid damage, but yeah. I mean, all the AD carries have solid damage, but she's definitely more, you're right, on the utility side. That ultimate, pretty solid stun, volley, pretty solid AoE slow.
Right? And Oceans might be taking the Ahri
They're just
away from
stealing
Killering.
each other's champions left and right here. Draven getting stolen, Ahri getting stolen. Let's see if Vici probably wouldn't go. Mord, right? He might. How much has he played Mord? Do you know?
I have no idea.
No idea. Have not checked the OPGG of these players.
Okay, so Sejuani's going to be picked up for Vital. This is the ban that was placed instead of Hecarim last game for EXT. So they banned the Hecarims. I'll take the Sejuani.
Gotcha. All right, what ban coming out next? They will ban away
no
the
Karma.
Yeah, Karma Ashe. That sounds like a pretty slippery lane. A lot of slows, a lot of speed boosts, and maybe even a fair amount of kill potential between like a Ashe ult getting chained into a
Okay,
root.
there's the Vladimir ban.
Yeah, gotta prevent that from happening. I think that their comp already is better to deal with a Vladimir compared to the one from last game.
Right.
But still not going to risk it. That's definitely one of Vici's favorite champions. So going to ban it away. Yeah, I really gotta say, I don't think their comp last game was equipped to handle a Vlad. Ions was the only one who could do it. And if Ions got focused down by the other 4 members, then Vici on late game Vladimir just had free reign.
All right, so the last ban is going to be Morgana.
Morgana, okay. Just aiming a couple bans down there at Curb Stomp, as they have picked an AD carry mid laner and top laner, opting to ban away some supports rather than some junglers.
And so Lux is going to be picked up for the mid lane for Killering.
Yes, there is a Nami, so
Right.
Killering going to be taking Lux in the mid lane. That was banned away from him last game. They still banned the Cass this game. They still banned the Zyra, I assume, away from LS Kanori. Gnar? Where would that be going?
Rumble mid. No, wait. Rumble jungle? Okay.
So I don't know what's happening.
We're
gonna wait.
I think it's Rumble jungle.
That it could be. I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm just gonna wait. Feel free to make your predictions. I have none.
Okay, it's Rumble jungle. Nautilus support. Gnar top.
All right.
Ashe AD carry.
Okay.
Ahri mid.
Unless Nautilus top or jungle or
Ashe
mid.
Ashe jungle.
Ashe jungle.
Gnar attack speed Gnar for more hyper.
Your first one seems like it's like a good guess. I feel like Nautilus could also flex though. I'm gonna make no predictions.
I mean, Nautilus is really the only champion that you could pick support here. So Nautilus has to go support.
Twitch chat's offering up Gnar support.
Gnar
question mark?
support.
Isn't that like remotely a thing, like kind of troll, but like
No.
on pro builds, I'm pretty sure if you look up Gnar, there's like a number of Relic Shield Gnar games.
That sounds terrible.
I said I think it's a troll thing, but I don't know.
That sounds pretty troll.
I think it is troll.
So
I agree.
the last pick goes to General Vici, and it is the Camille in the top lane to match up against the Gnar. It will outscale. Camille, one of the better scaling top laners. Not the greatest scaling, but it's much better than Gnar. You'll be able to 1v1 him. And so perhaps this is the game where Saucy Summoners opt to go for the split push. And EXT are the ones looking for the team fight.
Yeah, I'm interested that he went for Rumble Jungle. It's not like Elise got banned away, and he did a fairly solid job on Elise. I mean, so I guess I say that, now that I think about it, I did notice him land like a good number of cocoons, but in terms of like damage and farming and counter jungling, yeah, I guess we didn't really
Actual
see much.
effectiveness, it wasn't that great.
Yeah, just good at cocoons. He's good at skill shots. The rest of the jungling that game was, you're right, it was actually a bit rough now that I think about it. You see cocoons land and you're like, oh, Elise is doing a good job. Like, I see cocoons landing. But no, you're right. Aside from the cocoons landing, I actually can't think of super memorable moments aside from that one good gank on Davichi.
Yeah, I mean, because Elise is just like, you have to win the early game or you lose.
And they lost the early game.
They kind of did screw up that early game pretty hard.
Yeah.
And as a result, Taya was basically just like, I'm going to throw cocoons vaguely in the general direction. Maybe I'm able to heal for my Draven a little bit, I guess.
I gotta say, so I don't know jungle paths these days, but going red buff into Krugs as Elise, is that the move?
I know that a lot of
it looked odd, but it might be what you're supposed to do.
I don't know. I know that like if you can clear all the camps on your red side, that gets you to level 3, and then you go for a gank.
But he skipped chickens.
Okay,
raptors.
well then I have no idea.
Yeah, see, I think that there were maybe some weird decisions going on there, because when he was doing his Krugs, Hecarim was moving to like already at the third camp, had just arrived at the third camp before he had finished Krugs. Like it seemed like it was a weird decision. It seemed slow, but I don't know. And then he skipped the raptors and went straight to his blue side. So he like went down Krugs, then past the raptors up. Just seemed like a wonky route. And in the mid game, he was definitely a good amount of CS behind Hecarim. And,
that's the nature of the match.
Oh, I know. I was just saying. So I was just wondering, like, if he could have maybe done more to fight back against that. I don't know. I'm not a jungler. If somebody in Twitch chat is a jungler, feel free to correct me. But Krug seemed slow compared to Hecarim in that early game. Maybe he got a better leash. I don't know. All right, 1 minute spectator delay. It is Rumble Jungle after all, like you mentioned. Nothing else weird going on here. Not like Ari top or support or some weird madness going on. Yep. And we see the teams on the same sides once again. EXT took game 1 after like pretty back and forth team fights and gold lead throughout the game. They were pretty ahead on objectives throughout the entire game though. A Throne Baron fight on the side of Saucy Summoners led to a decisive.
I think that was just
push.
super greedy.
Yeah, and
they just won a team fight. They took the Elder Dragon. They started pushing, and then they're like, okay, let's all go to Baron. And they were all on Baron, but, you know, it takes you some time to do the Elder Dragon, and it takes you some time to walk up towards the Baron.
Yeah.
It takes them not super long to respawn, and they respawn, and they all come up there. The Mordekaiser teleported in there, and he just sort of walked in, disrupted their team long, and, like, didn't die.
Yeah.
So...
and didn't die.
And I also think it's like, they were all thinking, okay, ignore the Mordekaiser. We're gonna ignore the Mordekaiser. We're gonna focus the Baron, and we're gonna try and do it, and then run away before they get here. But unlucky, they're all here.
Twitch chat says pretty normal to do Krugs on first clear. All right, fair enough. Again, it seemed slow, but I don't know. I'm not a jungler. I have not practiced my clears lately. Okay. SSG Nar, cute.
Yeah, it's like the. I like the Samsung Galaxy skins.
Yeah. I
don't like the IG skins at all.
But we've got IG.
A lot of people like the IG skins. I personally don't like it. I don't know. They're just kind of lame to me.
Fair enough.
I think the Samsung Galaxy skins are really good. I like Nars. I like Talia's.
Oh yeah, Talia's does have a good one, doesn't she?
And we're paused.
Immediately paused. 18 seconds into the game. I wonder if Taya had some issues getting in. Maybe there was like a bug splat. Maybe someone got in. They're like, oh, my ping. Oh no. You know, being a player in the past, Alex and I have seen all the potential things pop up. But hopefully they get this going.
All right. So what do we have that's weird?
Things are pretty normal here. I feel like if
So I haven't played Rumble Jungle in a long time. But he's taken Dark Harvest, which is not what I had taken in the past. But you know, when you don't have a good summoner to take, just go Dark Harvest in the jungle.
In the jungle.
If you don't have a good summoner to take in the jungle, you just take Dark Harvest. It's all good. Because eventually you'll stack it up, right?
Yeah. Eventually.
It's like, because Arcane Comet, you want to use that in the early game, and you're in the jungle, so it's not like you just randomly run in just to proc your Arcane Comet and then leave or anything like that. So Dark Harvest, I guess that makes kind of makes sense. Ish. All right, so we're back in game.
Oh, awesome! I was gonna say, so the match we have after this match is the MSU Bears Maroon. If I'm say, do I have that in the right order? Okay, MSU Bears Maroon, as well as.
Hold that thought. 5 members.
Invasion.
Oh, look at this ward. They're like, all right, I think they're gonna invade our. And
it gets spotted.
It gets spotted. They throw down 2 wards instead of 1. They're all just gonna stand here. Get out of my jungle, he said. Oh! Arcane Comet Ash. Okay, I didn't notice that one. That one's more lane oriented on this Ash. To just poke with the volleys, keep them away. I have to say, I'm not really particularly a fan of Arcane Comet Ash in this matchup. Because I think when you go Arcane Comet, you're anticipating being able to
poke them down.
Poke them down. If you're the aggressor in lane, you're looking to poke them down, or you're looking to, get them low enough that they can't just dive you.
Yeah, but in this lane, you've got an AD carry who can rush lifesteal without it being
and a Nami.
Yeah, without it being like a setback, and a Nami.
So I would have much rather seen like
Hail Blades.
Either the press the attack or the fleet footwork.
Oh, fleet footwork. Yeah, that's good.
Or the lethal tempo. That also is good. That way you can focus. That way you can focus a little bit more on your damage in team fights.
And just try to get through laning phase all right.
Yeah, because I don't think our King Comet's gonna help you.
Yeah,
Good life binding from Killering. He took like binding at level 1. I think he was expecting more from that invade. Or perhaps that's actually what you're supposed to take on mid lane Lux. I know it's what you take at level 1 on support Lux, because Aftershock. Okay. So Reptar hits his level 2 first. Gets a fairly good trade on the General Vici, who is also opted for the Arcane Comet. Charm gonna connect onto Killering after the light binding.
A lot of
so they trade
out.
fairly evenly back there.
Yeah, this top lane matchup, I feel like it can go either way. Like, I feel if, it just kind of depends on, who starts to snowball, Like, if Gnar can start to snowball over the Camille, then it doesn't matter if she goes in on you. You're just like, all right, stand here. I'm going to out-damage you in mini-Gnar form and then ult you when I go big. But there is, a world where Camille starts to get ahead, and then Camille's like, all right, I'm going in on you, and you are Gnar. You don't have a lot of great ways to get out of this situation. So I think I don't know who statistically has the matchup, but just from top lane experience, I think it can go both ways. Whoever outplays the other early on, I think will secure a lead, and then that'll give them a big advantage. Go for it.
All right, fairly large minion wave being built up by Ions and Curb Stomp. Maybe looking for the aggression. Good life binding from Killering.
Nice job chaining these passives. And only doesn't take too much damage there. Solid trade. Going in.
Vici going aggressive onto Reptar. Nice dodge from Reptar on that hook shot.
I actually would like to.
Oh, hold on a second. Oh, because Taya is getting jumped on by. Never mind.
I would like to see the cooldowns game for Camille and Gnar. See real quick. Hop 22 seconds. And hook shot, just half, not half, but 14.5 right now. More of just curious, just to see if that trade is worth it for Vici, and it definitely is. If you burn that as soon as it comes up again, that could be a good opportunity for a gank. Hop's got a long cooldown.
Okay. Wave starting to build back in favor in the bottom lane for Saucy Summoner. Killering lands another life binding. Fairly low on mana though.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the Lucent Singularity. But Killering just going for the auto trades.
He's like, we're both out of mana, but I have a shield. I'm gonna keep autoing you. Yeah, I think as you're talking about, he's landing a bit of poke there, but it's really not sticking, honestly.
It's not even costing Inori all that much mana. Now Curve Stomp looking to go aggressive. He's gonna look for the drench line. Inori is in trouble, gets pulled back in. The Flame Spitter means first blood goes over to Taya.
Not a quick enough reaction to Taya's gank there. Nice follow-up from Curve Stomp. They land the slow, they land the knock-up. Taya lands the slow as well, and they just chase him down. We don't even see flash or anything come out of LS Kanori there. LSK Inori? LSK Inori, maybe.
Reptar is getting those hyper procs off on a General Vici. That's some good damage.
Whoa, he even opted for grass.
Oh, meanwhile, Vital is in the bottom lane. Ions and Curve Stomp don't really care. They've got a huge minion wave. There's no Inori in the bottom lane, so not really a 2v2 that they really want to take. It's essentially a 2v3 with how many minions there were there. Reptar getting some Demolish procs onto the tower, looking for that first plate. General Vici is going to take another hyper proc to the face, so Reptar in a pretty nice spot. He's not level 6, so he can't go for the dive on the General Vici. Does hit his level 6 now. He might look for the crunch onto General Vici. Oh, Flash Nard! He does get the stun! Wallop comes in, and it's a solo kill! Reptar takes down General Vici.
Wow. So I was like, oh god, he kind of missed the ult, and I got worried there, but he barely gets the wallet before the stun of the ultimate ends, and the minions are just happen to be cleared out in a way that allows him to throw that boulder. Yeah, just straight at him, and whew, General Vici solo killed by Reptar there. And I think that does not bode well for this matchup in general. Like I mentioned, I think at the very beginning it's a skill matchup, and then once you get past that, whoever's snowballing will probably just win every time. They both have decent ways to get on top of each other, but whoever has more damage is going to win the fight.
Yeah.
And that just comes down to who's ahead in items and others.
All right, so Reptar with a kill in the top lane, Taya with a kill on a gank in the bottom lane. It's not looking great. Now Curb Stomp, and Nori's gonna face check into him, but he doesn't want this one. He wanted Justify.
Almost gets him too.
Yeah, if you focus the support, if you can't get him fast enough, then Draven will just outdamage your AD and kill him. So I think that might have been the correct choice to try and go for the Draven, but I also think they might have been able to kill off Inori. At the very least, they don't burn anything for it. There's the final spark gonna connect onto Oceans.
All right, let's see how the rest. They are still even in CS at least in Vici's defense here.
And we have a pause.
Another pause comes out. It seems like it's Taya is the one who's been having internet issues, as far as I know.
Yeah. So Killering is going for, again, very defensively oriented. Boots and a Null Magic Mantle picked up for his first recall. So Boots to try and dodge away from charms, and the Null Magic Mantle to negate any damage that might come in, even if he doesn't get hit.
All right, so during the pause, seems like there's a bit of a debate going on regarding skins. I like TPA Nunu. I think it's quite funny looking.
And the TPA...
Oh, we're back in the game. Awesome.
TPA skins were pretty much just... Like, there's no special effects on them. They're all just, like, the base reskin.
Oh, yeah. But I do like TPA Nunu. I like the look. I think it's funny. I like that it's their mascot. All right, Reptar and Vici up
the
here.
wall up, and Reptar does have the Gnar if he wants to use it as soon as that shield runs out. He's looking for it. He's gonna try and Gnar General Vici. He Gnars him out of the hook shot! Him is not gonna save you. Meanwhile, Sejuani coming in, gets caught by the dredge line. Taya with the equalizer zones away the bottom lane. Vital goes down. It's 4-0 in favor of EXT. Oh man, Flash Flame Spitter, he just burns down. Sushi anybody. Taya coming in, chasing down, looking for the Electro Harpoon, Flash for the slow, and Justify has to flash away himself.
All right, Justify burns the Flash there. Ions burns it, chasing him. Wow, a lot of damage coming out of Taya, especially on those squishy targets like LSK and Ori.
Yeah, when you don't have magic resist, the Rumble just hurts that much more. Rumble's a champion that is negated a lot by magic resist. But when you have no magic resist, he does lots of damage, and when you have magic penetration on Rumble, you do nutty damage.
Well, so just before that broke out in the bot lane, on the top lane we saw another solo kill go over to Reptar. And I think it's just the snowball I mentioned.
And that was so clean, though. He gnarred him out of the hook shot.
Gnarred him out of the hook shot, as well as throws down the wallop, and General Vici kind of plays himself there. Pret uses the R, but too early. So by the time the wallop comes down, it's the same moment that Camille comes back from the ult. So he still got stunned, just got followed up with on like one last, empowered auto from Mega Gnar, and does a lot of damage. And the more that this happens, the more this is going to be...
Here we go. Hook shot. He's going to stun him up. And Reptar, I think he just got his hop canceled. He's going to look for Vital. He's going to look for the Sun. Vital Spark comes down. And they will chain in enough damage. Aftershock picks up the kill for Vital. And there's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow going in onto the Draven. Justify going to get rid of in place. There's the Aqua Prison coming out. Depth Charge is not an option as Curb Stomp is only level 5, but it doesn't matter. Drench Line keeps him in place long enough, and Ion picks up the kill. Now Taya has found Vital in the jungle. He's got no Glacial Prison. Ocean's going to chase him down with the Spirit Rush. There's the Equalizer. Looking for the Charm. Doesn't connect. It doesn't matter. Taya just rampages onto him.
You have Charm? Nope.
He used it attempting to catch Vital.
Gotcha.
And now Life Binding, not going to connect. There's the Charm. Killering, now going to get burned down. Taya just going for it. Gets the shield. There's the Ignite. Taya going to give over the shutdown.
A little bit too aggressive there. Overestimating the damage, perhaps.
I think he forgot how Lux works and that she has a shield. And it's not so there was absolutely no way that kill goes over. Kellering had a shield. Oceans had already used Spirit Rush, so he couldn't follow under the tower. And yeah, it was just kind of a bad dive. Taya got a little bit over eager.
Yeah, a little over eager, maybe overestimating the damage a smidge, but overall been a really good game for Taya, even in CS right now, and up 3 kills on the opposing jungler. So going pretty well. TP Lando has a different sound effect on the Q. It's the trophy.
The thunk.
Yes, yes. So there's like one tiny difference for him at least. All right, Reptar looking pretty aggressive on Vici here. Now he's up a bit of CS. That kill is gonna help, but unfortunately Vital got the kill with Aftershock. Aftershock popping killed Reptar, meaning no shutdown for Vici there. So probably
he's down
almost 1,000 gold, which is pretty huge for this stage of the game.
Inori, that is the worst possible place for you to be. And there's the Depth Charge and the arrow. Not going to connect, but I don't think it might matter. Oh, never mind. Dark Harvest from Taya just burns Draven down.
Dark Harvest from Taya, CC from Nautilus. Insane damage. They're going to pick up a few kills. Ions, who seemed relatively passive in this bot lane, is somehow 2-0-3 right now. Just off the backs of Taya's repeated ganks and curb stops, insane CC.
Yeah, I mean, and this is like the perfect bottom lane to pick up for a Rumble jungle. Rumble that only has a slow in his kit. Vital gonna go in for the Arctic Assault on Oceans. He's gonna Spirit Rush over the side. Vital looking for the Glacial Prison. There's the third Spirit Rush, and they're just gonna call off the gank.
Oh, he's coming back in. He's coming back in.
On to Killering.
It's because he's got his friends there coming away from
Not
the dragon.
too much to worry about. Ocean's looking for some more damage. Look at the Glacial Prison has been thrown out. Now General Vici gonna get jumped on by Reptar. Reptar doing a lot of damage onto him. He just crunches onto him. General Vici flashes away, and Reptar goes mini just in time to get the ranged auto attack for the kill.
Whew, another solo kill. That's 3. And again, snowballing. Right. Killering coming back onto Curb Stomp here.
Yeah, Curb Stomp low on mana, but there's not a whole lot to get onto him.
Reptar going to be clearing away some of these minions. That tower is almost dead. He spots out Vital on the way to the top lane. Gonna retreat. Vici just now comes up. Does have teleport, but probably not gonna teleport considering Vital seems to have picked up that wave crashing into the tower.
Oh, this is not looking great for the side of EXT. Last game, Saucy Summoners, they lost that game, even with such a good swing off of a teleport from General Vici into the bottom lane. To be losing this early game by this much, 5,000 gold at 13 minutes, not great.
No,
not a great look for Saucy Summoners.
Things are only going to get harder for Vici from here. The snowball has happened, and it's going to be a very long time until Vici can fight Gnar again, unless Vici happens to pick up some kills onto some other members. But Black Cleaver and Ninja Tabi are finished for this Gnar. He's kind of untouchable for this Camille until Camille finishes him afterwards. So it's gonna be a while. Probably 2 items. at this rate. And in the bot lane, we see the same kind of thing going. Draven has yet to finish an item. Meanwhile, we've already got...
Uh-oh. There's the stand aside. Enchanted Crystal Arrow! That's such an easy kill onto Inori.
Curb Stomp just stands there just in case. And Ocean's going to pick up the kill. Taya chasing down
with the equalizer. Justify flashes away out of respect for the damage coming out of Taya.
Yeah, and he took almost half of his health. Almost half of his health from the ultimate. Here comes Rift Herald in the top lane, not going to be interrupted. They're going to be pressing for a tower, maybe two, considering they have everyone here but Gnar. Gnar split pushing to the bot lane right
Vital's in a bad spot now. Vital is going to get chased down. Light Binding going to connect on the Curb Stomp, and Vital will be able to make it back. But now Killering is the one in trouble. Taya comes from behind. Killering uses the cleanse to no avail and goes down. Oceans with the kill.
All right, they pick up the kill. Rift Herald's top hitting the turret. They've got Draven up there trying to hit it.
Inori dodging away from the dredge line, but now Justifies the one in trouble. She curves off flashes. The Inori throws in the tidal wave. There's the Whirling Death. Glacial Prison connects onto Curve Stop. Taya now in no means land. He's overheated. General Vici gets in there. Ions is going very low, but he gets peeled off. There's the Hextech ultimatum. General Vici is very low, but he cannot be finished off. Reptar about to go Mega, and he wants to look for a big Gnar, but there's not enough follow-up.
So in that 4v4, they lose 2 members, not going in favor of EXT there, but they do have Oceans sitting mid. The other members of EXT going to meet up with him here, and they're going to try to press.
Very careful. He's got the Gnar. He Gnars him into the wall. Then that's going to be another kill under Justify. Vital gets into the back, is able to Sejuani assassinate Ions.
And he's going to back away because he sees that there's more members of Saucy Summoners coming up, and they're going to pick up a 1-for-1 goes down there. Vital picking up the kill onto Ions. Ions' first death of the game, 2-1-6 on this Ashe. Been pretty quiet, honestly, but hitting good Ashe arrows. Hitting really good Ashe arrows.
Justify. You saw the tower going down. You know the Gnar's Mega. Why would you walk up at that point to get Gnarred into the wall and instantly killed by this now 4-in-1 Gnar?
They haven't nerfed Gnar since those buffs to the ult cooldown, have they?
No.
Okay, so same state. I'm just curious. I remember the buffs. I just didn't know if they've changed him since then. But yeah, no, he's pretty much always gonna have Mega Gnar out. Almost always.
Or
he's
Gnar.
Mega.
He's always gonna have his ultimate up.
You're right. Sorry. He's pretty much always gonna have the ultimate up when he's Mega. Thanks to that lower cooldown. So you gotta be careful when he's Mega. We'll spot them out here. Pick up the blue buff, hand it over to Killering. 2-1-1 on this Lux. We're trying to get down some vision, trying to fight for some control. Curb's not
line gonna connect, and that's gonna be onto Vital. Taya's here with the equalizer, not the corridor you want to fight in. Vital Spark goes out to try and thin out the minion wave.
Looks like he is going to be able to prevent a bit of damage here. They've got several minions over
Vital
here.
over the side, Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes wide.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow's down. Pretty big, although you don't really want to fight in these jungle corridors when you have REQs and
here comes
Rumble.
Justified looking for Oceans. There's a hook shot going in onto him. The equalizer comes down, and that'll split the team. Taya's gonna be the focus. He gets caught by the Glacial Prison as well as the Whirling Death from Justified, but it's not enough damage to finish him off. Inori went very low sitting on that equalizer.
Whew. Nobody's dead yet. Health bars are going very low. Ultimates are getting burned, but nobody's really making the commitment to have it engaged. But EXT is going to come out on top. They push Saucy Summoners back, and they retreat as well, but are going to pick up this Infernal Drake on the way. 2 dragons to 0, 3 towers to 0, 13 kills to 6, and a substantial gold lead. So EXT is still very much in control of this game.
What is he building?
Who?
Ions.
Ions?
Stinger.
I don't know.
I mean, because Stinger builds into Nashors and Triforce.
Yeah. Maybe he just built it? You know what? I want attack speed CDR.
Okay, well, he has another Sapphire Crystal, so I take it to be Trinity Force.
Yeah.
I have not seen this one yet.
Nope, I've not seen that either.
I mean, and I'm not blaming because I don't know, but, it seems
it doesn't seem like the best call. I mean, it is 20% CDR, right? I mean, what other AD item gives you that? Except for Essence Reaper.
Essence Reaper.
Except for Essence Reaper.
Oh, okay. Vital gonna find Curb Stomp on a face check, and he throws on the dredge line to get the aftershock, but now it's worn off. He's caught by the life binding. Depth charge goes out on the Justify, knocks out Killering as well. He's gonna look for Justify now, and then Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes down. Curb Stomp is gonna take him down finally, and the arrow does not stun up anyone meaningful.
Right? Is that the only AD 2 item combination for that much CDR?
You could build Black Cleaver, which also gives
Black
20%
Cleaver. You
CC.
could build Black Cleaver.
All right, there's the Equalizer thrown down just to kill the minion wave, and Light Binding gonna connect, but Killering does not have the final spark, and they lose a tower on the bottom side to the Gnar.
You decided you
Charm connects Sun to Vital, but he's gonna can't be slowed.
Taya, though.
Now here is Taya. Doesn't have the Equalizer. He just used it, but that Flame Spitter doing a good chunk of damage on the Killering. Now here comes Oceans. He's looking for it. He gets the slowdown, and the flash has already been burned. He's looking for the charm. He connects it. There's Killering with the cleanse, but it's not fast enough. A double kill goes over to Taya.
Dang, some pretty insane damage. Nice CC from Oceans there. Jumps forward, throws out the charm at one, helps focus down the other, and then backs away while his team finishes off the charm target. And are they going to be able to get the Demolish proc off? He's got a Q to get out from under the tower. Still a pretty healthy tower there. We're almost at 20 minutes into the game.
And look at this. It's 4 towers to 0 in favor of EXT. Vital gonna try and thin out the minion with it as he can. Charm connects on the General Beach as the tower falls. And Tana Crystal Arrow will just make sure he cannot get out.
He flashes away after the charm, but it's not near enough. Going to get taken down by the remainder of this team. And it looks like they're...
Another charm connects, but there's the Glaze of Prison into the final spark. A shutdown goes over. Killering shuts down Oceans, and Dreadline connects. They're throwing the depth charge. Inori falls once again to the Gnar.
All right, so they pick up some kills, they deal some damage to that tower, and they're immediately going to break away, steal away some jungle camps, try to set back the enemy team, steal some gold away. And dang, things looking pretty good for EXT right now. They're up almost 8, after they steal these jungle camps and wards and back, they're probably going to be up 8k gold. Pretty huge gold lead, especially for just 20 minutes into the game. I think they're probably going to back, spend a lot of that gold, and I think it's just going to be, what, Baron into end?
If last game was the Oceans and Ion show, this game is the Reptar and Taya show. Just absolutely massive on Rumble and Gnar this game.
Yeah, Reptar got several solo kills and has been pretty impactful in some of these fights since. Been pushing a little bit, but then as soon as he gets shoved, he generally roams to help the team.
Yeah,
and
it's been to great effect.
Yeah.
Taya with these equalizers and the flame spit are just doing so much damage. He has the Slurk Boots, he has the Morella Namicon for all the flat magic penetration you could want. And then he's building towards that Leandri's Torment for that Eyes of Pain.
Looks like we've got Saucy Summoners here in the mid lane. Will they get engaged on? The Enchanted Crystal Arrow is up. They do have
Kaya gonna get jumped on by Vital here. Killering looking for the light fighting is gonna connect, throws at the final spark, but that is an aftershock. Kirstop, Dreadline after the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. The tidal wave is not enough as the equalizer just burns through the main members of Saucy Summoners. They get 3 for 0. Make it 4 as General Vici is gonna give up his life as well.
Yeah, Vici starts teleporting, but the fight immediately goes sideways for the Saucy Summoners. He appears, he tries to get out with the help of the hookshot, but he actually has the hookshot interrupted by Nautilus Auto. Grabs him and roots him as he tries to hookshot away. So wow, they pick up a number of kills, and then they're going immediately.
Oh, Curveball flashes over just to try and keep Vital from getting into the pit. He'll give his life for it,
no.
but what? It wasn't even close to going down at that time. Okay, Curb Stop ints a little bit there. Let's be real.
Yeah, no, that was an oops. Now they can't kill this Baron and Vital. Do they have Smite? Are they just...
Okay, they're gonna teleport in Reptar because they're starting to panic. Vital's gonna get into the pit. He stole it! Vital gets the Baron! And now Reptar, he's teleported in and he's gonna be able to pick up Vital, but that is a huge misplay by EXT.
All right. I don't know where to begin. There were a lot of misplays there. That went sideways in so many ways. We saw Curb Stomp go low to Baron and then flash out of the pit way before it was even low. So he was not actually stopping Sejuani from doing anything. Just kind of gave over a kill there. And then we see them starting kind of splitting between, do we hit the Baron more? Do we try to go for Vital? They were just kind of taking more and more damage from the Baron. And they finally, Shara just cruises up the middle, not going to land on anybody. And they finally get it low, but Vital's not like low. He's not really, and then they mess up the smite too. So many positioning, planning.
That was rough. Real bad.
That was rough.
I have no idea what Curvestop was doing.
Yeah, it seemed like he thought it was lower than it was. Maybe I don't. there's not a ton of DPS on 40% CDR Triforce Ashe. Like, that seems like an arrow bot, an arrow and volley bot, if I've ever heard of one, you know? Literally just spamming arrow and volley on cooldown, getting the most out of 40% CDR, I suppose. But you're right, you know, Black Cleaver would have given a small movement speed boost on top of the slows, as well as some armor shred, as well, and the 20% CDR, as opposed to going for Triforce. I guess Triforce gives mana.
Oh, Vital, he's found Oceans. There's the final spark. He doesn't connect. Reptar now gonna slow up Vital with those boomerangs. Now the Dredge Light not gonna connect. Will it be enough? Vital's very low. He's gonna look for the Q over the wall, but he can't get it. Curve Stomp picks up the kill.
Yeah, that looked like they were looking for something cheeky there, looking for some Sejuani damage and CC to be followed up by Lux and Draven ult. But both those ults came out at that moment, but thanks to a nice juke away right before the CC really got to come down onto Ahri, onto Oceans. A lot of those ults kind of went wide. It looked like Curb Stomp ate the Draven ult, so that didn't even hit Oceans either.
Ooh, Life Binding connects on the Ions. There's the arrow, connects onto Inori. He's gonna get fried again by this equalizer.
A lot of fire damage getting onto this water type. What's going on here?
Oceans connects to the other charm that connects on the Justify, but the Life Binding under tower and the final spark means Oceans goes down. Reptar goes mega. Nars, General Vici back towards his team, but he has to crunch back over the side. Now Life Binding connects again on the Curb Stomp. Curb Stomp is going very low. He's finally gonna get shut down by Vital.
Oceans and Curb Stomp both going down there. They pick up Kanorian a bit more damage. These sieges really haven't been going well for them. If only they had a Baron buff. They do not have Baron buff. It was stolen from them in a very wonky team fight around Baron. Not even a team fight, just a unique situation in general.
All right. So, I mean, they're still down like 9,000, or still up like 9,000 gold.
Oh, up a ton of gold, up 7 towers to 0, up 3 dragons to 0. Huge lead. They're just having a hard time closing out without this Baron buff.
Yeah. And so, the question is, are we gonna see Saucy Summoners start to actually succeed this time? Maybe not if Inori dies here. Taya doesn't connect with the Electro Harpoons.
Taya Rumble, it's like not something that like scales incredibly well.
Uh-oh, Glacial Prison gonna connect onto Taya. There's the Whirling Death, as well as General Vici getting in there, but a good knockout comes out. Here's the Hextech Ultimatum. General Vici is going to burn!
And a pause comes out as this team fight's going down. General Vici goes in there, dies. Yeah, Taya's left the game. So so in that, I was wondering why Taya wasn't chasing Vici to make sure Vici died. And it seems to have been, because I was like, he could have just done like one more harpoon and like for sure killed him.
Oh, I think, part of it, I think.
Well, he's just standing there right now, about to be eaten by this Draven.
This is Reptar.
Taya DC'd.
Yeah, okay. I know Taya DC'd, but I don't think he was DC'd there. I think that they knew he was going
to be eaten by Draven.
I think they knew he was going to die. General Vici was gonna die because Leandries and the Ignite Bird.
No, I'm just saying it would have been such a non-issue for him to like finish the kill, and he didn't. He just stood there. That's what I was saying. Yeah. Like I was surprised he didn't like just throw out like a little bit more flame spinner.
Oh, there's a Dredge Line connecting onto the Lux. Now Ion's gonna get zoned away by the Sejuani here. Here comes Taya from behind, but now Curb Stomp is gonna get focused down. Justify throws at the stand aside. Curb Stomp is gonna go down finally. Here's the Life Binding gonna connect onto Taya. Taya now flashing away. There, Reptar's ending the game. They're just trying to stop the recalls. Ocean slashes over the wall. Life Binding not gonna connect, but he will go down. Vital takes his place as well. Killering is going to be chased down by Ions, but look at this. They're just still. Taya, Booker forcing down the mid lane. Look at Reptar. He's got a mini wave. Vital Spark shuts him down.
But Gnar is taking out several turrets, but now he's trying to retreat.
No, Joe, he's gonna help Killering die with the help of Ion.
Never mind, yeah, on his way out, Ion shows up, they pick up the kill. It's a 2v2 at the moment, and Reptar is super fed.
Yeah, and General Vici's kind of just worthless. He's a level 13 top laner.
Level 13 top laner, 062, had a really rough game, and his team hasn't been ahead enough for him to pick up any kills or assists in many fights to help get back into the game, you know? Like sometimes you can lose lane, but if your team's doing all right, you can go be helpful and get some of that gold back from playing well in a team fight, but Camille not exactly known for excellent team fighting, and Saucy Summoners have been down a substantial amount this game, so after losing that laning phase, really not a way back into this game for Vici, aside from just stalling and just hoping for some CS and passive gold to help you finish your second item, which, like, for a champion like Camille or Fiora, if you get behind, you're useless until 2 items.
He doesn't even have 2 items.
I know. I'm saying if you get behind on a champion like Camille or Fiora, you're useless until 2 items. Also, when you finish your second, whoa, a pick going down here on.
Yeah.
Well, you're dead.
Inori has died 10 times this game to just randomly getting caught out. You cannot go for these wards as a support by yourself when you don't control any part of the map.
All right, 1 Nexus tower remaining. Both inhibitors, bot and mid, are gone. Only 1.
All right, let's see if they mess up this Baron.
Yeah, Vital is here.
All right, there's the arrow. It's gonna stop Vital for a little bit, but it was too early. Vital still has a chance to get into the pit. He's got a blast cone. He's got his Q. They're gonna try and block him out of there. And Final Spark gonna connect. Oh, they take out Ocean to justify. Takes out Curse up over the wall. Ion's might die to the Baron. Vital's in there, and again they screwed up the Baron. No, it goes to Taya. The Equalizer and the Smite come down.
I think it still classifies as a screwed up Baron. Taya's gonna go down.
Oh no, Reptar, he gnars in.
He melted by minions.
Oh my word. Reptar 2v1s the support and the enemy top laner. Now he's looking to end the game with the Baron buff. Killering, trying to clear out the minions. Justify gonna try and take him down. Life Binding gonna connect. This is a Reptar. He has got GA, and Justify is about to die to him and the minions. Killering gonna throw out the Life Binding too early. He's gonna hop for it. Final Spark comes out. He's not enough to take out Justify, but now they're gonna deal with no Nexus towers and a bunch of super minions.
Dude, those minions just demolished Inori. Did you see that? She stunned Gnar, had half health, and then just goes, just, oh my lord. Oh my god, I've never seen minions do that much damage. She had like 2 or 3 super minions on top of her. They were Baron buffed. Oh my god. Well, minions and Reptar are able to, 2v1 pretty handily. LSK Inori and General Vici there. Wow. And Baron buff minions are strong, man. Yeah. And Reptar is strong at the moment as well.
And then, I mean, Taya was able to secure that Baron, and
it was botched. That was for sure super botched. They all gathered up right at the edge trying to keep Vital away. And in the process, set themselves up to get just blown up by Killering on this Lux pick. So they just took so much damage, lost a few members. Vital then comes back into the pit. Draven Blast Cone's over as well. And then all of a sudden, you're down several members. You have Ions, who is borderline dead to Baron as well.
So, like,
Taya just has to run back in. He's like, I gotta go for the Baron.
All right, Cleanser Prison connects. There's the Equalizer thrown down, Justify. Gets the depth charge, and he goes down to it. Final Spark comes out. Killer takes on Taya. Life Binding not gonna connect. This blocked by minions. Now he's gonna get taken down by Oceans and Ions. A quadra kill to the Nautilus. He's gonna look for the Penta. Are they gonna try and give it to him? He's gonna go out the other side. Killer goes very low. It's an ace picked up by Reptar with the boomerang.
They wanted to give the support Nautilus the Penta, but they're gonna make it the other side of the wall. Curbstop doesn't have flash. He doesn't have a way to get it. They're gonna end the game. That's gonna be a 2-0 in favor of EXT over these Saucy Summoners, and they're gonna be moving on to the winners bracket up against the Poo Poo crew Return.
Well, I mean, they're up against the winner of the next.
I meant against in the general sense. Along with the Poo Poo crew and Return of the Middle Sticks, as well as the final winners bracket team from this first round, which will be determined at 6 p.m.
All right, so
with one final match.
You gotta talk about this though, because good job by Taya to win the early game for his team, but I'm pretty sure if Reptar wasn't so massively fed with how many botched things that happened, EXT would have lost this game if Reptar were not just absolutely dominating on this Gnar.
Yeah, wow, so much this game. It was insane. But yes, so that's going to be the series. We now have our third team in winners and our third team in losers. And the final match of round 1 will be coming up at 6 p.m. MSU Bears Maroon versus Unlucky Retribution. That game will be at 6 p.m. And we will see you guys for that as we wrap up round 1 of the Get Wrecked Summer Splash for Uncapped. We'll wrap up round 1 of Get Wrecked Summer Splash for Platinum Capped tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you in
an hour and
or
13 minutes. Thanks for watching, everybody.